beautiful florals that we just launched to everybody today. So we'll take a close-up look at what we'll be creating together, and then we're going to learn how to do these beautiful flowers and how to finish up and create this card. Isn't this just stunning? So this is the Hollyhock Garden Collection that just launched to everybody today. If you and I have not met, my name is Emily with Heartfelt Creations. It's so great to be here with you. And don't be shy. Let me know where you're watching from and tell me, did you see the launch of this? Have you ordered it already? I know our insiders had first access yesterday on our website and they've been so excited about it. This is one of those iconic florals. Now, if you're not familiar with a hollyhock, that is a flower that grows upright. It has lots of blooms on one stalk and it is so, so pretty, but it has that simplistic beauty. So when you're creating and adding this to a card, it really just comes together so simply yet elegant, and it's great for all occasions. So let's get started. To get started, we are going to create the flowers. So I went ahead and stamped this image on with a mulberry ink, and I'm using the Hollyhock Petals and Leaves set. Within this set, you will have 3 different flower sizes, from large, medium, and small, plus some leaves. And with this one, there is also the coordinating mold, so it shapes it for you. So you can stamp it all in this color, or if you want to add some versatility, you can also stamp some in white and emboss it with this embossing powder that's like a white with gold flecks. If you haven't used that yet, let us know in the comments and we can link it for you. So we're going to go ahead and color this first. I love this technique. It is pretty much like an ink resist technique. So what that means is when you color it, these stamped lines will show up and it just looks so beautiful. So I am coloring this one with the pink peony. So we're going to have blooms on one stem, but they have different colors, which adds some just some extra interest to it. So this one again was stamped with mulberry and has the magenta hue accents. Now those 2 color combinations are super, super pretty, and if you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend it. It's just like this amazing pop of color, and you can really see that on this flower. So we're going to go ahead and finish it up and color this leaf over here, or this petal, and then we're going to shape this. Now, as with all of our flowers, we love to bring you flowers that allow you to create the floral type that it was designed to be, but we're also thinking about versatility. So as you watch me create today, just know at the very end I'm going to show you some finished samples that show many different color combinations and ways that you can layer them and really maximize your versatility with them, so that you can do many different florals throughout the year. So this one is just perfect for those garden scene cards that you want to create that are all occasions and that look like, hey, you know, you just want to sit here with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just enjoy yourself. So with this, we're just going to bring it out, and you're going to go ahead and pop it out. See, you can also do this stamp side up, so you can do stamp side up or down. One of the things I did want to show you is if you wanted to take it to the next level, completely up to you, but you can squeeze these petals and you have a very different look, and that's what we did on these flowers here. So we'll get a close-up look on these, okay? So these are 2 of the same size layered together, super, super pretty. Absolutely love how that turned out, so you can see the beauty and the dimension of that. So we're going to do single layer flowers today. Now for the centers, I love using the pastel pollen stamens. These, you know, oftentimes you just pop a hole into your flower and you put your stamen in. Today we're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to take our stamen. You could color these. The white ones you could color yellow, like a buttery yellow if you wanted to, or you could even make them pink or whatever floats your boat. But we're going to see, these are pretty long, and we're just going to cut this in half. And honestly, this just allows you to really alter the dimension, but still have a very pointy flower center. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some hot glue right here in the center, and I kind of fan that glue out just a little bit, pull those petals up. I'll bring this up so you can see a little bit better, and then you just press those petals up. So it is super, super easy. So If you are completely new, you've been watching on the sidelines, this is a flower I highly recommend. Super versatile, and you get the same beautiful results every single time. And if you're an advanced crafter, this is a great one to add to your collection to get that completely different look with the hollyhocks and then blend in with other flower styles that you might already have. So we're going to do this again. The smaller the flower, I start doing just a little bit different technique. So this is the medium size, but we're still pretty much using a very similar technique. So as you can see, this comes together super quickly. But the small one, you have these same flower centers. You just go ahead. Do I have another? Yep, I have another stamen here. We're going to go ahead and add just a little teeny tiny part of this. Now, if you wanted to use the other part of this stamen, you can actually do that. Just clip off the wire and you have another stamen piece. So you kind of are splitting it into two. So you're maximizing it and making it go further. So that's just a little extra bonus tip for you. Now what you can do here is take the teeny tiny flower. Oh, I love this teeny tiny flower. It is just the perfect size to add into those finishing spots on your hollyhock stems, but it also just comes together so perfectly as an individual flower. So there you go. Isn't that just so pretty, simple, yet elegant? And it's like, okay, I can do this. Now, our next step we're gonna do, and it's a question we get asked a lot, and that is, how do you stamp an image that has both flowers and leaves where you ink it in green and you ink it with mulberry? So we're going to show you how to do that, but before we even get started, I'm going to show you some of these leaves have a little bit of red. So this is not the time where you'll be super like particular, or you're kind of going to have to let your OCD go out the door, okay? So I'm going to do one of the smaller ones because the smaller ones are a little bit, it's not hard, but it's just a little bit more detailed than the large one. So we're going to go ahead and do the green first. I typically do the color first that is not so much a power color. And so in my opinion, it is the green that is not as, power colored on this one. So we're going to go ahead and just use the corner of your ink pad and dab, dab, dab. Now, if you've never done this before, just practice, practice, practice. And then I'm going in on the sides and kind of catching those leaves that are in there as well. If you've never done it before, just get a scrap piece of cardstock and just practice stamping this way. And I'm going to grab my mulberry and we're going to come in and overlap with the green. You do not want to have any white gaps, and we'll see how we did when we're finished stamping here. Who knows, I might have some white gaps because occasionally that does happen. So if you're just joining us, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from today. We are celebrating all things Hollyhock Garden. It's a collection that just launched worldwide today to everybody. Our insider members had first access on our website yesterday, and it's just such a beautiful collection that has so much versatility. So here you can see just that beautiful green kind of mulberry blend in there, and that's how you do it. So simple to do, yet it can look complicated if you've never done it before. So our next step is going to be coloring these. When you color these, after you've stamped and die cut them out, just go ahead and use the same color tones that you used originally on the flowers. So this one is just coloring in with that magenta hue, just some quick coloring in the center and doing that around the edges. Now, since this collection just launched to everybody today, there is an I Want It All option. That gives you every single item within the Hollyhock Garden Collection at a 10% discount. And if you are one of our insider members, you get an additional 20% discount, and you also get that free shipping if you're an insider member. So make sure you take advantage of that. If you're not an insider member, today's a great day to do that. I would highly recommend becoming an insider member before you place your order. And if you're an insider member, you also get automatic access to all of our online classes. And we have an online class coming up at the end of September that will show you some more in-depth ways that you can use the Hollyhock Garden Collection. You won't want to miss it. That class is valued at $30, and you have automatic access if you are an insider member. It's 2 hours in length. It's way more in-depth than any Facebook Live videos or YouTube videos that we have out there, because we just have more time allotted for that online space. And we have had thousands of crafters that have taken our classes, absolutely love it, and I can't wait for you to participate and be in that as well. If you've been in our online classes, let us know what you love about it and what you've experienced. If you're an insider member, let us know what you love about being an insider as well. Okay, I think we are good to go. I used the Vivid Chartreuse I use the olive. I'm just adding some dark highlights of green in there to just make those leaves pop, and you're done. And using, again, the corners of that sponge dauber is what's your saving grace on this one. That's super beautiful. So we're going to put our little pieces to the side and create the card base. Now this card base, absolutely stunning. There's a couple tips that I like to implement. You might know this, you might be a beginner and you're like, oh, that's how they did it? Because I know in the beginning I really struggled with this. I was like, how do you line up this oval in the center to cut through, and you've got some background paper and all that stuff. So what I want you to do is take your card base, cut the beautiful paper. I can't wait to show you that. I'll show you that at the end, plus some amazing card samples that the design team members from all across the globe have created for you today. And I need to grab some tape. Here we go. I do have some tape. So here's what you want to do. Pick your designer paper, glue it down. That way you're not die cutting the designer paper and your card base separately. And then what you're going to do is you are going to lay your die on top. And this is from our, is it the small oval set? Yes, this is from our small oval set. If you don't have our ovals, we have an oval small, oval large. They nest together. I highly recommend this is a great basic one to create with. So we're going to go ahead and run this through our machine, and just go ahead and open up your card base. If I can do this. So we'll open it up, ta-da, and run that through your machine. So I'll grab my plates. I don't know about you, but when I'm creating, sometimes everything just kind of piles up, becomes a little mountain, and I'm like, I don't really want an avalanche on my desk today. Is that you? Or you accidentally throw something in the trash that does not belong to the trash? Okay, so bring that out. Love this technique. It really creates a fancy opening in a card very quickly and beautifully. And it still looks like you spend a lot of time. And then all you have to do is just mesh this beautiful oval right on top. Simple, elegant, and just a great way to create a card base. Now what I love about the Hollyhock Garden Collection is, you know how sometimes you create these cards and it's hard to know, like, okay, how do I structure the background? Utilizing the designer paper paired with the fence and the hollyhock stems, it just really creates those beautiful cards very quickly and easily. Now, when you look at this one, the largest stem that we're using on the side here, we're going to put that one in first. I'm going to add this to the side. That one was also kind of looped along the back. You can add an additional stem if you want to. You could always cover that up in the back if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. But we are going to clip as well. So I'm just going to link this in. And we're going to, here we go. There is kind of a I don't know if you call it a crevice, but here we go. That is where we're going to link this in. So we're just going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue right on that side, push that over, and press that down. So that is linked right in there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just trim that off the bottom. So I do that after I've added it. Let's just push that over. The hot glue is kind of moving around a little bit yet. There we go. So do you see how easy it is to kind of have that trailing flower that looks like it just really enhances that oval opening? Now, if you're more of a simplistic gal, you could just keep it like this. You wouldn't really have to do that much to this. Give us some hearts, likes, and comments. Let us know what you love about this. And hey, forgot to mention this, but when you like, comment, and share by midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight, you're going to be entered to win the card I'm creating. So make sure you do that. Do it right away so you don't forget. I can't wait to have one of you be the recipient of this card. So much fun. So that's going to be our background, and then we'll add our lovely little fence on top. This fence is so pretty. Comes in the Hollyhock Garden Collection. It's very petite, and you can cut it apart, you can lengthen it. You'll want to watch the YouTube video I did on how to create this card and using it as a flap. Super, super pretty and just so, so beautiful. So with this one, stamped again with white, and so it's just a beautiful kind of iconic white fence. And we're going to go ahead and added some dimensional tape. We'll pop that on, and then I'm just going to split this right here in the center. We'll put it on both sides and then we can cut off what is needed. So I'll go ahead and just bring that right in here. Doesn't look like we need to cut anything off on this side. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing over here. So as you can see, super versatile. This fence would be super great for even your Christmas cards if you wanted to create some kind of iconic outdoor images. So you really don't have to clip anything off if you don't want to. So you just open the gate up in the center, and then you can continue adding your beautiful Hollyhock garden stems just up the sides. Isn't that just amazing? So we have these background images in different sets that you can choose from. Again, today, when we launch a collection, you can buy anything individually or for a limited time until Saturday or while supplies last. You have access to purchasing everything within the Hollyhock Garden Collection within one click of a button. So with this one, I'm just using the medium and small size flowers. So we're going to go ahead and just start adding these. Now you can add as many or as little as you like, and I'll just go ahead and just kind of lay those to the side. You can have them go more up and down if you wanted to, totally up to you. And you can add as many or as little as you like. So we're just going to go ahead and add another one up in this section. And I'm just going to go ahead and layer that a little bit underneath that leaf, okay? And like I said, you can do more, you can do less, or if you don't want to do dimensional because you're mailing it, you can do less dimensional flowers, or you could just use the stems. Super, super beautiful either way. So it just depends on what you're doing and what you want to create with. Now, within the paper collection, there are these different sentiments. I'll show you that sentiment sheets in just a little bit. But I wanted to show you this. You can use a stamp, or you can just use these sentiments and just cut them apart and layer them in the center. So I'm just going to snip, snip. If you're doing this at home, just sponge around the edges. And we're going to go ahead and glue that into our oval. So here you go. Love how simple that is. And then you can add your glitter, you can add those finishing touches, and you have that beautiful one-of-a-kind card. So as you're watching, let me know what you love. Let me know what you would create with this. Let me know what you see yourself creating with it. And once again, if you are an Insider member, you will save the 10% on the I Want It All plus the additional 20%. If you're not an Insider member, this is a great time to become one. It's only $12.99 a month. You get extra, you get those discounts, you get free shipping if you're in the US. Our international crafting friends get 20% discount on their shipping. Plus you have access to all of our online classes and the new online class that's coming up at the end of the month using the Hollyhock Garden Collection. You don't want to miss that. So that is the basics. So you could stamp your sentiment, you can use the sentiments within the paper collections, different look based on what you want to create with yours. And just remember, if you like, comment, and share, you're going to be entered to win the card I just created. Before I go, I have lots more samples. Do you want to see them? We'll show you again the items you get within the Hollyhock Garden Collection. This is the petals and leaves. This is your basic starter set where you get the 3 different sizes, and hey, these are super versatile. You can use them for any occasion, lots of different colors. And then you have the coordinating shaping mold, so you do not have to hand shape those. This is the Hollyhock Stem and Blooms, which has the large one with the extra foliage, which is super pretty and is just that main iconic background piece. And then the Hollyhock Fence has those smaller pieces in it. So you can really mix and match and pair those together to create those beautiful borders. And then the paper collection. This is just like that cozy summer feel, super pretty. Lots of pieces you can just die cut out, layer those pieces on top. This is the sentiment page. Have you used these before? Super versatile. You've got like thank you in multiple fonts. You've got lots of sentiments, birthday wishes. There's with love, congratulations, best wishes, so many different variations of it. You've got some iconic images from past collections in here that you can have those Hollyhock borders grow in front of. So I typically recommend get multiple packs if you see yourself just cruising through these paper collections and using them up. And then card samples. This is another one similar to what we just did. It's more simplistic. And it's your A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. If you have questions, let us know in the comment and we will respond to you there. Here you have more foliage. Look at those amazing bright pops of color. Or you can keep everything very flat and one-dimensional and utilize some birds from the Clematis collection. Here's a beautiful way that they were just added on a decorative die, a double layered, super, super pretty. And if you love to do detail coloring, look at this, so pretty. And then just add some accents of dimensional flowers. Here we have the same flower, looks completely different on the background papers. Super, super pretty. And then, like I said, I did a YouTube video on this and how you can learn. That is featured on the blog, or just go to our YouTube channel. You'll see it there as well. And then you can also see the beautiful ways that you can pair it with the birdhouses, decorative dies. You know those beautiful gate dies that we have? This is so pretty, climbing on those as well. So this really brings new life to some older decorative dies that you might have, that you might want to brush up on and bring them out. I feel like this kind of gives a window and gate feeling, which is super, super pretty. And you can make that gate interactive so that it opens up. And you can also utilize the background papers with the birdhouses, have those stems going on top, or you can do mini slimline cards. So lots of versatility based on what you want to create, or you can just go all out, add lots of flowers, and give it to somebody incredibly special in your life, or just keep it for yourself, right? We all like to be inspired and have those beautiful pieces standing around us. So once again, if you don't have the Hollyhock Garden Collection yet, we'll add the links below. You can get it ordered. And if you're not an Insider member, I invite you to become one today. It's only $12.99 a month. You'll save an additional 20% on all of the products that you purchase. You'll get free shipping any day on any order. And you'll have access to all of our online classes. There are 40 in there. It's like a crafting vault loaded with inspiration. If you thought this was great, you're gonna love that. Those classes are all 2 hours in length. They're valued at $30 each. So get registered for the Insider membership, and you'll also have automatic access to the Hollyhock Garden class that's coming up at the end of the month. I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for joining me today. We will see you next time. Bye.